administrators are therefore policymakers. From the foregoing definitions, it is evident that educational administration is part of educational management. Though many authors have used the term management and administration interchangeably, they interchange. The overall purpose of education, administration stroke management is to facilitate and enhance teaching and learning according to Amnuel 2009. There is differences between educational management and administration. They are listed here. That is for your discussion. The importance of educational administration. We are giving you this course because we would like you to have maximum resource utilization. The optimum use of resources. And there are courses that we shall take you through which will empower you to have improvisation. You improvise some resources. You are in a school whereby there is no lab. The ministry has sent a few coins to acquire equipment and chemicals. Can you return the money as the principal and say, we don't have a lab? No. You improvise. You improvise. You put all those equipment at the back of maybe the staff room, in the store, even if it's the food store, or whichever store. And you make the teachers in your school to improvise the class situations and use the equipment and the other facilities for practicals. So in other words, I'm saying one of the important is to make you understand how to use maximum resource. There is a quality assurance aspect. Educational administrators are the custodian of academic standards. They spearhead curricula, development, assess and refine teaching methodologies, and all that. So, you have to have those other tools. The teachers who will be teaching under you must have the tools that will make them be effective, the syllabuses, the schemes of work, for the purposes of quality assurance. We must ensure a school you are heading, a school where you are a deputy, a head of department, that your department is using the prescribed syllabus for teachers to teach. Teachers are not left to teach what they want to teach. There is a policy, there is a syllabus whereby teachers are supposed to use those. Then the policy implementation, it is required of us as principals, as deputy principals, as heads of departments to implement the policy from education officers. And then we have leadership and vision. You must develop that. Educational administrators are not mere stooges, but they are leaders with a profound vision. They want the institution to grow and develop. They want to develop the human resource which are students and all that. Before I go to educational planning, I want to pause there and ask if there are queries, if any of us has a query. If you are able to get me, let me see your comments. If you want to comment verbally, you unmute and make a comment. As I take a sip of the glass of water that is in front of me. You are welcome to make comments through writing, to make comments through gestures, whether we are together, to make comments by unmuting, and you You just speak. And I could have wished the class rep to see the class rep because I don't want to teach a class where the class rep is not present.
Communicate directly with the manufacturer.
Hello, guys.
Enjoy well and customized service. A variety of colors for you to choose from.
Hey,
And faster service.
hey, everybody. So,
Please, your comments. Please, your comments. Your comments, please. Not the music. The music. We shall have time for our music. Place your comments. I'm waiting your comments, whether written or verbal comments. Please, please. I cannot proceed if there are no comments because I could be teaching myself.
you are so audible. Continue. You are someone like it.
Yes, if you were in a class, I could have said, good girl. Good girl. Another comment?
I was suggesting if you could give us some questions from the topic.
These topics, I'll develop questions for your request. From each topic,
for each and every topic.
I may develop questions, but you know, that is one way of pushing me to give you an exam. And they can misread you, but if you want me to develop a few questions, I can develop them for you, but be sure it will not be the exam. Because the exam is already set.
And the past papers. Okay.
Past papers, I don't know where you'll get them. But concentrate on these notes. There is no question which will come outside these notes. Everything will be from here. That is a better part of the university education. The better part for university education is that everything will come from these notes. But remember also the examination is very challenging. Where is the class rep? Please, the class rep, where are you?
I'm here.
Talk about the assignments, and I want to give you 4 minutes to talk about the assignment, because I can hear you are very clear and very audible. The people who have given you the assignment and those who haven't given you, it's your time.
Okay, the assignment that I've collected is only the group work, but the individual work I haven't collected yet.
When do you intend to correct the group, individual? Individual, because group work will constitute 15 marks. The individual will constitute another 15 marks. When are you collecting the individual?
Okay, I might collect the individual on Thursday.
Not might. Please announce to us. Give us the deadline. We don't want other people to come late, because once I pick those assignments, once I pick them, that is all about it.
Okay. I'm collecting the individual work on Thursday.
Thursday this week.
Yeah.
Is that in order, all of us? For those who are asking whether you should print, it is if you have good writing. If you want to type them, fine, I don't mind. But if you want to write it by hand, I am very flexible. I have no problem, so long as the assignment is added in. If you don't add in the assignment, the two assignments, be sure you will not pass. Number two, if you copy, be sure you will also not pass, because I'll mark, I'll remove some mark for copy, and then mark you, give you a mark, because you have shared, you have copied one another. If I was marking out of 15, I'll straight away move the 6 marks also, then mark you out of 9. You can see how you'll be disadvantaged. So it's better you do individual work. In fact, it is even far much better, even if you don't do very well, but it's individual work, because I'll be marking out of 15, you may not, you will always make it. But for the other group, that is group work, you must have shared, and I don't mind, even if you shared from one group to the other, this was a group work discussion. So we are together. Let's go to educational planning. Educational planning refers to this is a very systematic process of identifying educational goals and objectives, because we plan. We plan for resources. And when I talk of resources, I am talking of human resource and the capital resource. Human resource, I am talking of students, I'm talking of teachers, I'm talking of parents, I'm talking of stakeholders. When it comes to a capital resource, I'm talking of buildings, I'm talking of finances, hard cash, I'm talking of equipment, and all that surrounds what has been bought by money. So this planning now, you plan on how to utilize those resources. You employ strategies, and these strategies, once you implement them, the programs, the policies will run very, very effectively. So planning encompasses various aspects, including curriculum design, resource allocation, scheduling, staffing, assessment methods. It involves defining goals, determining the required resources, creating timelines, and creating or implementing evaluating plan. Evaluation is very important in an educational institution, because if you don't do what we call evaluation, you may not ascertain whether the intended objectives of that course have been achieved. So, in essence, evaluation is a very key component in terms of planning. So, educational planning enhances educational growth and development. One of the renowned economists, there are many people that have talked about this. You look at what I've provided in the notes, and you see what that is. Then we have production of needed skilled labor. You'll have skilled labor. Those are teachers, lab technicians, a nurse, if a boarding school, and many other people who have been trained. But still, you'll need unskilled labor, people who will work in the kitchen, people who will split the firewood, people who will work in the farm, if the school has a farm, and all that. We are going to do quite a lot in this as we move. This is just elementary in the first year, but as we shall progress, we shall go deeper how you are going to plan for the resources in a given institution. And then enhance internal and external efficiency in education systems. Educational planning ensures taking of the rational decisions which are rational, Anything which is rational is something that is which is above board, whereby anybody can come and it can stand any other any time, and it can, even if it is tested, the decisions that you could have made can stand the test of time. And then we have ensuring efficient and effective allocation of human, material, financial, time, and other resources. Time is a key aspect in terms of educational planning. That is why in our education, you find in schools, we have what we call the timetable. We have the bell ringer. Who keeps on ringing the bell? That is time management. Time is a resource, and it's a wonderful resource in educational issues. So we have also enhancing the socio-economic, political growth and development of the given countries, and then we have how to adapt, which allows educational systems to adapt to changing societal needs, technological advancement, and demographic shifts. Like now what we are doing, the university really wants us to use, I don't know for what reason, but whatever circulars come out, they want us to use this method of online teaching. I really don't know why, but the university emphasizing, like the circular which came the other day to us as lecturers after the strike, it emphasized that we need to use online. And I think they want, in one way or the other, we are preparing you to use technology in doing things. We are preparing you not to do things in the traditional way. Like many years down the road when I was in Kenyatta University, we used to write notes throughout. The 2 hours, the 1 hour, the lecturer is, you don't even raise up your head, you are writing notes, and with several spelling mistakes. I think the country is shifting from that traditional way, how we used to do things, into advancement of this. I have brought in this because we have to adapt. Society changes, and it changes so much. You remember the other day how the people of your age mates, Gen Zs, how you shocked and surprised the whole world, not the Kenyan population. When you guys came out of the streets, everybody worldwide, I've been traveling. People ask me, how are those young people in Kenya organized? In fact, to talk the least, many people are asking me to write up a paper and write about the way you see things, the way you perceive politics, the way you join hands and fight for injustice. And by the way, they want me to write a paper, and I don't know. Last evening we were talking all over. And many people were telling me, you guys in Kenya, your children are smart. This Gen Z group, in June, you gave a mark. So we must be able to adapt into societal needs, the needs that we use. Like lecturers used to handle us in a very harsh way. You could not even raise up your hand. And because we knew this lady is the only one who will give you a mark, he'll give you supplementary so much, you could just fear. But society has changed. If I become a nuisance to you, you'll say, no, this man, we don't want this man. I mean, you have your rights. And by the way, on a light note, you have all the rights as a person not to be intimidated by any person simply because this person is maybe your lecturer, this person maybe is your senior. No, society has changed. Those traditional things of doing things, molesting others, being so hostile to others, it is not there. That is why I keep on telling my class, and more particularly young men, as you grow, remember, as you grow and in future, as you'll be having your spouses, there is no way you'll touch somebody's child that you are slapping because you are a man. A man of what? A man of what? You are slapping another human adult because this is your spouse? These days, you don't own wives. Wives are not owned. In fact, I've always told people who have shown interest to my daughters that, of course, I'll give you this girl, but make a mistake and slap her. I'll come for her even if it's at night, because we want society to know that both men and women are equal. It's only gender which separates us. By the way, I'm not teaching you about gender, but I'm trying to say that society has changed. There is a lot of technological advancement. There is a lot of demographic shifts. Populations have moved from rurals. Many people are staying in towns, and things have changed. Then I don't want to touch on economics of education. I want to leave that for another time. No, let me clear this, and then, no, let me leave that. Class rep, mark where we have reached. We have reached to a place called economics of education. Economics of education. So I want to emphasize that on the part of how to adapt, educational systems must adapt to changing environments, to changing circumstances, to changing demographics. Demographics, of course, here for geographers, you know, this is population. Societies have changed. Societies no longer are, societies are not in the dark. That is why I was saying the other day, you were fighting for your rights. You said enough is enough. You went to the streets, despite that the government tried to silence your groups of people. I know at one time that's a sitting bomb. Once that generation will come and erupt, it can be chaotic because you will be fighting for your rights. And of course, as I've indicated, that we as human beings, we are born free, no intimidation. No intimidation, I mean it. Whether you are a boy child, whether you are a girl child, God created you in that way and in that very special way. I normally emphasize this because I am a human rights crusader. I don't want somebody to cry of pain that has been inflicted by another person. I want every person to live freely. And of course, choose what you want to do. If you want to be a madman in the streets, so be it. So be it. I want to stop there for now and give you guys time to react to the lesson. And then I'll come back to give comments. For your information, I'm teaching you from quite far away. And I thank God for this opportunity, because if it were not for this kind of I'm attending a conference, in a different continent from Africa. And I want to appreciate God the way He has brought in technology